Good morning, and I hope I'm live. I think I am. So if anybody's watching, actually, it'd be great to just let me know that you can see me and you can hear me. Always a bonus. So good morning and welcome to my Monday messages. For those of you who are not familiar with me, my name's Rebecca. I'm a homeopath. I'm a QTT practitioner and a holistic health coach and natural health advocate. And I pop in here on a Monday to share a thought or a practice, something simple that could help us to become more conscious of what is working in our lives and what isn't working in our lives, and to start perhaps changing the things that we don't think are working for us. So for those of you who follow me regularly, I've had a bit of a break, so I'm really pleased to be back, and I hope that you've had a really good time over the last couple of weeks. Maybe some of you are away, and hopefully you're enjoying the beautiful weather that I came back to. Such a difference for me to come back to beautiful sunshine and hot weather. I know that some people, not everyone loves that kind of weather, but for me, it really makes a difference. And I am a great heat worshipper. So I intend to make full use and enjoy every second of what this hot weather can bring. So I'm lucky enough to live near to a beach, well, several beautiful beaches actually. So I'm downing tools whenever I can and heading out to the beach and enjoying a lovely cool swim and just the sand in my feet and all of those things. So wishing you the same. And today I really wanted to talk a little bit about the trip that I have just returned from, and what a difference two things made to how that trip went. And it wasn't just a holiday, this trip. It was the end, I hope, of a very long dental journey. For me, I've been kind of cleaning up my mouth, my oral health, and therefore the rest of my health, with removing amalgam fillings and the effects of, frankly, quite medieval dentistry work that was, most of which was done when I was a child, and has been affecting me as an adult. And so I've got to a stage where I had everything removed, everything toxic and rotten and not working for me. That was all removed from my mouth, and I got to a stage where I needed to fill in the gaps. I needed to replace the old stuff that wasn't working for me with something that was going to work for me. And to cut a very long story short, it turned out through a friend of mine that I heard about this wonderful clinic in Croatia, in Zagreb. And I made a conscious decision to go to that clinic, even though it's not a holistic dentistry clinic. And that was quite a big decision for me. And it made me realise that actually I'd reached a stage where it didn't matter who I went to, the work was going to be the same. And I am holistic, even if the practitioners that I attend are not so holistic. And actually it's hard to do that with dentistry anyway. So I went with a very different mindset than I might have adopted in the past, actually. And in the past, I would have been very defensive, very kind of ready for a fight kind of thing. And often I got it because that's what I was putting out. And this time I went incredibly grateful to have found this place, excited about the prospect of going to some place that I'd never been to before, and fully committed to what the process was that I was going to be going through. And that intention changed the whole framework of my experience. I really believe that. And the other thing that came in for me, perhaps because of that intention, was all through the trip, not only at the dentistry clinic, but also on public transport, in restaurants, in the city at large, the amount of extraordinary kindness that was shown to me and my husband, because he was with me, for no reason at all, from total strangers, was extraordinary. It was really, really noticeable. I thank all the people of Zagreb for making our visit just so wonderful because of that. There were so many examples of people going out of their way to be kind and helpful, and that in its, both in the dentistry clinic and in the city at large, has the effect of making us feel wanted, respected, cared for, kind ourselves, grateful. And it just reminded me of how important asking ourselves, well, how can I be of service? How can I be kind to everybody that I meet? Because it has a ripple effect, and you never know how you're going to affect somebody's day. There were many times on the public transport system that we were staring at maps or, kind of asking ourselves, are we on the right tram or not? And I can't tell you how many times, without even asking, strangers would get up and say, are you okay? Do you want some help? How can I help you? A couple of women actually got off the tram to show us where we needed to go, even though they needed to get back on another tram and get back on track themselves, because they found it easier to show us rather than try and explain in a foreign language. It was just lovely, really lovely. And the dentistry work, I can't say it's pleasant. It's never pleasant, and it was extraordinarily painful at times. But what made it okay was the incredible level of kindness that all the dentists and the dental assistants and the technicians and everybody involved, the level of kindness that they showed to both me and my husband was above and beyond, I felt. So anyway, it was a wonderful experience, and I wanted this week to encourage as many of you as possible to set that intention for each and every day of this week, and hopefully longer, is how can I be kind to myself, first and foremost? What kindness can I show to myself? And what kindness can I show to those that I am in relationship with, in, my family, those that I love? Perhaps we can all get a bit snippy sometimes. Is that kind? Is it kinder to just let things go sometimes, or to find a way of making a point if you have to, but in a kind way? So asking always, how can I do this in a kind way? And also just committing random acts of kindness to complete strangers. Why not? Why not, if you notice somebody who appears to be lost, ask, is there anything I can do to help? Why not, if you have that parking ticket that there's another half an hour on, rather than throwing it away, who can you give it to? Or that supermarket trolley that you've got your €1 in, or your €2 or whatever it is. Why not give it to somebody rather than fishing it back? Why not pay it on? So in your local coffee shop, if you leave money for the next person who comes in and who doesn't have enough money for a cup of coffee? What acts of kindness can we do for no other reason other than it's kind? Because it spreads. It's, whether you want to call it manifesting, setting your intention, the law of attraction, all of those things. If we are kind, we will get kindness back. It's just the way that it works. You can see how people soften, and I felt that myself as the recipient of kindness. There's an immediate feeling of, okay, I'm safe, and this person really wants to help me. That's wonderful. So I will leave you with the wonderful words of Joanna Lumley. I'm sure you're familiar with this quote, but I just thought it was worth reminding everybody. And Joanna Lumley said, "The secret, darling, is to love everyone you meet. From the moment you meet them, give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Start from the position that they are lovely and that you will love them. Most people will respond to that and be lovely and love you back. And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And you can then achieve the most wonderful things." So wishing you a beautiful, kindness-filled week. Thanks for watching.